Okay, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you might be watching this episode, but we're very much glad. So today it is the Thursday, it is Kasinga Day, and we just want to remember the day with you. So before we start and do anything else, so on our national calendar and the events that happened in the past, today is the Kasinga Day. Many heroes and heroines lost their lives, and we are very much grateful, particularly as young people, to the people that have fought for our freedom and were massacred, were killed, and we just wanna, share our condolence, but also to be able to be proud Namibians that other people laid down their life for us and for our freedom. So, but let's remember Kasinga Day together. So the video is gonna be released tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But we want to make sure that we have said that and get that out of the way. So, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Namibian News, where we bring to you digital news. We dissect, we dig deeper, we expand, we do all type of stuff, just to bring to you news that is much more clear. And today, this evening, my name is Beatrice.
And my name is Aisha.
And we are happy to be sitting around with you and going to a number of stories. So the other good news is that this episode or this broadcast is brought to you live by Fandi Moy clothing brand. Is an entrepreneur that is based here in Kidman, so they do all type of stuff. I think the guys sell khakis as well, the sweaters, the all type of stuff. So the big brand is car stickers and stuff like that. So all of the stuff that he does, his posters and so forth, we're going to be putting them up on the screen so that you can be able to see. But I encourage you, please do support our man, Mr. Sean, and buy certain things from him, and be very much glad. So you can be down there in the north, and Fandi Moy can be making waves because you're busy supporting him. But thank you very much. And the other appeal I want to make to you, if you are busy watching and you are not so sure that you have subscribed,
please subscribe.
Because if you are not sure, that tells me that you have not yet subscribed. So do the subscription, and that is going to help us to reach a number of people in two ways. We are busy advertising local businesses, and we're also bringing out good content. So that's going to go hand in hand. So I encourage you, please do subscribe. Okay, so our first story for the day, it is yesterday, the 3rd of May. It was World Press Day. And it was a headline in the Namibians and stuff like that, where the president was speaking to the press and doing all that of stuff. And Mr. Hage Geingob was very sort of like proud and championing the whole media thing.
Yeah.
They are saying Namibia has regained back its position. And I thought maybe Namibia is like on maybe the 3rd or the 1st person.
Nah.
It's the 22nd. I'm saying it right. And then they say 22. Okay, 22nd place, in the whole in the whole world, I think, or in Africa, something like that. And the guy seemed to say he's gonna be spearheading and protecting the media, because covering stories and all type of stuff is very much essential for the government, holding them accountable and stuff like that. But since we are also a media outlet, we very feel like it's a good thing. So we have freedom of speech. We can say whatever that we want to say. But that was a story that came out yesterday. But what is your personal take on media freedom?
I think it's a good thing as long as we have sort of like boundaries.
Yeah.
There are certain things, it's okay to keep them behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, giving somebody the opinion to say actually how they feel about a situation, whether it is in politics, whether it is in religion, I think it's a really good thing.
Very good thing. But in Zim,
there's no time like that.
It's like the guy is just the same with his predecessor. It's like, a couple of people got jailed by just saying a couple of stuff, towards the ruling party and all that other stuff. So, and I think there was a time that they switched off the internet or Facebook and stuff like that. It was like some of those limitations of disseminating information is just cut. So you can't do a number of stuff. So it's very horrible. So we wish our counterparts in Zim, particularly Zulu PF,
We are hoping.
that we are not saying do something about the media, but eventually when you do something about the media, you can also be ranked somewhere there where Namibia is ranked. So you have to do justice to yourself so that at least you can say, man, we moved from the bottom. I think they are saying it's like Namibia is one of the leading countries from 180 countries, so it's ranked 22nd. Okay, I said that much more better. So my English and my
I think somewhere there with, I think if I'm not mistaken, it is Lesotho is also one of those neighboring countries, because I've seen with them there's no like thing of you cannot say that, you cannot say that, or you can say that. Okay, if you say it like this. It's about authenticity at the end of the day.
And I think SA as well, I think they've done very good with media coverage and stuff like that. But that is the first story. Let's dive into the other stories. The other story to me that is very much interesting, guys. We spoke about, and I'm going to link these two stories together because they co-go. It is the story of Mitko, okay? And that story of Mitko is a very interesting story because there are pills where they need to, they want to privatize, Mitko, because I think Mitko is now at the lowest. There was a time where the farmers, the people that were busy supplying cattle and stuff like that, when they were busy buying and selling and stuff like that, they wanted to pull out and form their own sort of like their own copycat of Mitko and stuff like that, where they can still do the butchering and the selling of meat and stuff like that. So now what is very much interesting about this story is that they got a consultant company that was giving them consultancy services to they consult what they need to do and stuff. So they gave them like four possibilities what they can do. But to me, what I found interesting in that thing was the former CEO of Standard Bank, Mr. Mungunda, runs that company.
My goodness.
It's so amazing because the thing is that sometimes you find like, because to me my whole thinking, my whole logic is, if something is state-owned, why must you privatize it first in order for it to work?
That's the thing. I think in most instances in Namibia, we've been doing that with a lot of companies.
Yeah.
Let's look at the limitation of Namibia.
Yeah.
It wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then now people are actually kind of trying to get it back on.
Yeah.
It's like,
to me, it's those type of stuff. We have to look now. Later on, we might even hear trust that need to be privatized.
I'm actually thinking they are going for that route.
Yeah, because now for me it's just funny because the thing is that because government entities only at a state of where they can properly function if they are privately run, and you begin to realize now when the private sector get into play within these things that are supposed to be state owned. To them, they are maximizing profit. That's all. That's what they want. Let me say the train, people are like maybe riding for 100 and something. Now it goes to 200 because now they need to push up. They want profit and stuff. Now something that was benefiting people in a much more positive way. Now it's like it's all about money. So if you don't have money, you can travel. So to me, it's very funny because the reason why I'm joining in with the story is, the other lady that is that also used to be the CEO. So this lady took over after Mungunda left. Her name is Mercy Galis. I was busy watching a thing on 99 FM. They have this hustler thing where they get to invite people, they get to talk and stuff like that. I think she's roughly 43 years of age. But when you look at her,
she looks very young.
Yeah, very, very young and stuff. I didn't even think she was 43. She looked very young of age. So now she had resigned as well from being the CEO. I think she was, I don't know if she was working for the bank for about 7 years. She was in a position for 2 years, I do believe. Then now, she has just left, and because I think her resignation is effective on the 1st of August, and now the whole thing is that sort of like there's misunderstanding with the other people that are in the management positions and stuff like that. And you find like, man, but for me, I'm very much excited because it's like seeing a female in good executive positions like that. I wonder how much she pays though. If the other guy is paying 350.
I think it's a lot of money.
Mr. Matthews Lionel, that guy is 350. I wonder how much he's paying. And now she's saying he's resigning because she's going to. By the way, the interesting part of the story, she's also a qualified lawyer and a business person at the same time. So I think she got various options to say, okay, depending on what works for her. I think maybe on that age, because the same as lawyers don't get old. I don't know, maybe they work or something like that. I was saying one time they were busy interviewing this guy in the GSC in South Africa, whereby lawyers are treated like presidents. That even if they are not working anymore, they are being paid till the day of their death.
Really?
Yeah, so that they don't sort of like it's a way of rewarding them back on the service they've given to justice. But it's amazing that you don't go to work and the money is coming with the number of benefits and stuff like that and so forth and so on. But that's where we are. So now this lady, this Midco thing, is being given consultancy advice from this guy that has held a bigger position and stuff like that. They say no, privatize the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. But the other thing that is amazing is that the guy that is the minister of finance, Shimi, tweeted the other day saying, people are saying things bankrupt, need to be liquidated, and other stuff. Close the guy saying those are just rumors.
Yeah.
So and for me it's amazing that two different stories begin to come out. But you begin to realize that with the government, things are going bad, but they never tell us how bad things are until things just spiral out of control.
I know we have to close down something and actually do liquidate.
Yeah.
Because it's all with it.
It's the same thing with I think the thing of Namibia just came to surface because things were really bad and they
super bad at that point.
And I think they didn't even come out to say things are bad. The thing just came out and said no, it's been liquidated. It's sort of like things were already boiling inside there, and when you couldn't take the pressure anymore and just say because at least when people do know what's happening, so it makes it much more easier. Okay, so the other thing to me that's very much interesting, we talked about the previous story of the girl that fell in the water, the 1-month baby. The boy. Yeah. And now this time around is a 2-year-old girl from down there in the north. Let me just quickly check and verify the facts. So because this girl, it's amazing how people. So now this one fell in the thing of I think 20 liter.
20 liters.
So the kid was trying to drink the whole thing by herself, and she just fell in the thing, man. I think it's from Musati region, and the girl's name is Rovisa Tuliki, something like that, and she's from Sandi constituency. So this kid was trying to drink from the 20 liter bucket of Ushkundu, then she fell inside. In the process, she drowned and she died instantly. So it's a very sad story, whereby we're still admonishing parents to say, please be cautious, be alert. Maybe instead of just having a 20 liter of Ushkundu, have smaller ones that bears the kids' ability to pour for themselves and stuff like that. So now we lose a precious girl at the age of 2 years old. Maybe she could have been the future minister, future doctor, scientist, whatever the whole issue could have been, and life is lost on a very young age. But condolences to the family, for this sad reality. But that's what's busy happening. But one precaution, parents. That's the whole thing. Please make sure that you know the circumstance, the environment that you're finding yourself in, and put certain measures. And maybe put the thing at a very far place where the kids cannot just be able to reach. Because I'm wondering now, because it's either the thing is dark in the ground, or the kid try to push herself up somewhere, because for you to fall into the thing.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that they do with, because I don't know whether little kids have this thing of drinking anything with their mouth. So I feel like she maybe went with the head.
Yeah.
And then she kind of lost control. If that might be it.
Because for me, I'm this logical person, try to put one plus one together. The thing of somebody being underneath that bucket and fighting for your life, and eventually you can't anymore, just end up dying. So it's very, it's such a bad thing. Okay. So, but that's the story that's going. But parents, please do pay attention to your kids.
Watch them. They are thoughtless.
Okay. So the other issue is for Mr. Bernard Esau.
Fish rod.
The man.
We will never, like, I feel like with him, we will never ever surpass the fact that he's fish rod.
I guarantee you now, that when you hear Bernard Esau, the first thing.
Fish rod.
What is the other guy's name? The Minister of Justice, former. The quotas are not for everybody. What's this guy's name, man? Come on. The name just okay. The face is here, but the name. How did I forget that dude? The chubby guy, a little bit dark in complexion. No, Sister Namanje is the lawyer. Come on, man. What's the guy's name?
Let me just Google him.
No, man, I can't forget the guy's name. It's because I'm on air that I forgot the guy's name, man.
But I don't think we'll get over the fact that Bernard Esau is like I don't want to call it like that, but he's the face of fish rod to a lot of us.
What's this guy's name, man? Former Minister of Justice. Minister of Justice. How do I know? How guys? This is a very disappointment. I don't know how Minister of Justice.
Currently, it's all those up with. That much I know. That much I do.
People are getting me out with Kawana, but the guy used to go. I said, what's this boy's name, man? Let's see. Saki Shangala!
Really?
I'm trying to look at it, nothing is popping up. Then it just clicked in my mind. The Shangala guys and stuff. But you know what? To me, what I'm busy here, what I've been suspecting now, if Mr. Old Man Bernard Esau gets tired of the fall,
he makes the talk.
He will spill out the beans.
Oh, the demons, I'm out.
So I think it's gonna spill out the beans and say so and so. This is how the story went. Because what's interesting? So they are busy with this bail application and other stuff. The guy said because in the whole video for the Al Jazeera stuff, the guy is sitting on the table. The Hong Kong guy is busy asking him that you want an iPhone. The guy said, I want an iPhone with 2 SIM cards and not about something to be black and so forth. Now the guy in court is simply saying he took the phone with 2 SIM cards, but he returned it.
The thing he said was like, when I did not take it, I did not accept it.
But I returned it. And so that's so weird, to say, because the thing is that, and that's the whole thing is that if everything that took place in that video cannot be authenticated, but this guy is simply saying, yes, he got the phone, but he didn't use it and returned it back, meaning that probably 80% of what was spoken in the video of Al Jazeera is legit. You know what I'm saying? So and when you go back and go check all those type of stuff, that means that the guy was saying they need to donate 200 and something thousand to Swapo. They need to buy caps, T-shirt, what, and that came from the mouth of Mr. Bernard Esau.
One of the interesting things for me is also, at the end of the day, even though you stole the money, allegedly, let's use the word, allegedly stole the money, and the money, you cannot use it.
Yeah.
What is the use of continually, just lying?
Denying, it's a problem. Because the thing is that now, is that I think the guy, man, at that age, he started getting concerned of his grandchildren, his children. He will just end up speaking and then. Because the thing is that the guy now, to me, where I'm busy suspecting the guy who starts speaking is the guy saying, they used his name. Mm-hmm. And that is actually in crime and concealing information. When you start spilling those type of stuff, even your co-accused will start thinking different to say, but what is this guy up to? Is he thinking that we are the one that, because sort of like he's trying to get himself out of the story and throw the whole thing to the other people. And if he spills, then the other people spills.
Because at the end of the day, I'm out.
For me, man, if I was... okay, I don't want to bring this crime thing. If you have to take the whole incident like the time of business thing, it's like, okay, people just sentence us, and 2-3 years down our sentence, let us escape and disappear. Because who's gonna verify that Saki after 5 years of being in prison? I think these guys are inside there. Unless maybe the prisoners they report and stuff.
Yeah.
Because even now, I think they are at a special prison that is not housing all the other prisoners.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? So you don't even know whether those guys really stay there, whether they eat that food, whether they have special treatment and all that of stuff. There was a time that this Saki guy was busy doing research. They found on his phone on whether or not to buy extradition and stuff like that. That was an attempt to say the guy maybe perhaps get bail.
Oh, yeah, he can go to another country.
Those sort of things. So these guys are allowed phones and all type of stuff. It's smuggled in those places. You don't really know because sometimes, we have been painted the picture that sometimes these people they are busy suffering, all type of stuff. But sometimes the guy is maybe having his best time.
But there's also time to
Because the thing is that I don't feel like those guys. Let me say what is this guy's name? Tabo. I don't feel like that guy pumped his whole money in 1 or 2 accounts.
I don't think so.
He might have 2-3 people that they trusted, that people are gonna link him to. That they didn't transfer this money to this account, but they paid in as hard cash. You know what I'm saying? So you wonder, even Tabo is not struggling to pay his legal fees. So the question is, where is that money coming from?
I think Switzerland is one of those countries that a lot of people have these offshore accounts. It's like, and the thing is, when the offshore account is not in your name, there's nothing they can do legally about it.
Because once it's found in somebody else's name, then someone that's not like linked in the case of anything. Because you also need to prove to say, why are you trying to freeze my account if you can't link me to any crime, and stuff like that. But that's what is happening. But I feel like Mr. the Man, Mr. Esau.
I think he's a ticking bomb. He will just stop.
Yeah, so I think it's just a guys. They used to tell us back in the days that there was no this prison and type of stuff. So if a thief is caught in the village, maybe they've stolen a car or something. What they did is that this punishment to make him to talk, they will tighten up a wire around his fingers and they will pull. And if he gets pain, then he will confess. If he doesn't, they cut off the finger. So I think Mr. Esau is in those places where, but I think it's getting. I wonder if Mr. Because I think also now to a certain extent, let me say, if I was in a deal with you, and things got messy, then you don't visit me, you don't call me, you don't see my whereabouts. Let me say right now he's busy advocating for swap water, the president is visiting, his comrade. I think it also gets very much, you get some food to say, why am I here if other people that I've assisted to a certain degree are free? You know what I'm saying? So all of those things frustrates you and you just end up speaking. But I'm waiting. The Namibian released the book on fish rot. I think that book was launched last week with all of the details. I think they are selling the book, I think 120 or something.
But for me personally, I cannot be in situations like that because I don't talk. Anything that causes me not to sleep, I am not gonna be part of it at all.
But also the other thing is that these people, let me say, okay, we're not saying that the president is in the thing, but they are saying it's a high-profile case, and in Al Jazeera there's allegation that is pointing to Mr. Handel getting caught. And the thing is, so a lot of stuff that is happening. Because the issue now is that, let's say for example, there's those implications. The president or whoever was also involved is not yet caught. Will not show up at the prison to visit this guy, but they'll send information. They'll say, if you speak this and this and this, it's gonna happen to you, all that of stuff, So then now, even if he wants to speak, but there's always a second thought to say, this case is already messy. They might even give me 10 to 15 years in prison. So what's gonna help? If I speak now, I might even die. I might lose an enemy. So you just keep quiet, sort out your family, do all type of stuff, and so forth and so on. Because the thing in Senzo Mayua's case, one of this guy was forced to confess that they killed the guy. and the guy was applying for his bail application last week Wednesday, I think, and the guy simply said he made a confession because they tortured him.
Yeah, I saw that thing also with
the
guy that killed the 9 people.
Yeah.
He also said the only reason why he confessed is because he was coerced. It was sort of like a forced thing, and it's like, I mean, to a certain degree it can be, but in most instances it's not true. If you did something, you did it. It's
nonsense. So, but then now I think people use the thing of the forced because it puts the judge in two places to say is he telling the truth or not. But like in this case of Senzo, the judge was asking the guy, this case has been going on. You have been arrested like 2 years ago. You never brought up this issue. Why am I bringing it up now? So. But that's what's been happening, guys, in Namibia. The other thing is the state of the unemployment.
My goodness, it has been torturing us.
Today is the 4th, right? Yesterday, they were jam-packed at Wanahenda police station to submit the application. An application, by the way, that started on the 3rd of April. So they had a whole month. Of applying. And sometimes you find like, man, people know how to make our accountant look bad. They go work, but the guy.
You're not applying. You're not trying.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these jobs have been open the whole time, and last minute, where's my CV? Where's my ID? Where's my this? Let's go and attach this thing. Let's go submit. But the guy, you had a whole time for a month to sort out your stuff and go apply. But the thing is that this last moment, now people are simply say, I like the way this reporter say that some of them were standing there from 9 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the morning until late in the afternoon, and they were too hungry not to speak to the Namibian.
But also the other thing, what I've noticed with young people is that we cry wolf all the time. We're like, there are no jobs. Yeah. And then, for example, this thing has been posted a very long time ago, basically a month now.
Yeah.
And it's like I bet you the young people that were standing, they had money to do it.
Yeah.
And they were even complaining about it was raining and the police officers were rude and all these things. I mean, I'm going to be rude when there are about 750 people that want my help.
Yeah.
Where were you?
The 750 people, Isha, was for the open vacancies.
Yeah, no. I'm just estimating the number. Yeah. So let's say close to that number of people are standing in a queue for plus minus 7 police officers to help you with your certification and all these things. Come on, at the end of the day, these police officers are also just human beings.
It's a problem. So we already have a crisis of job and unemployment. So we are urging everybody. If there is a vacancy that is out, do stuff early, And now, you go there, people make reports to say you're too hungry not to speak, that kind of stuff, in the shower. Because I think there was a time also at Kazatura whereby I think there were how many posts open for cleaners, and there were like 1 point something people. I think they say 1 point something million. Over 1,000 people close that were there for a couple of jobs. But also that speaks the sad reality of the unemployment in our country.
Especially surrounding the youth.
Yeah, so it's very bad. So everybody now is at a place whereby anything that comes, let me just look for a job and stuff like that. So it's a little bit frustrating and so forth for these people. But guys, let's do. So the other thing is that venture into business, do something, as you are waiting for the economy to get better. But those are some stories that I wanted to bring out for the general news. Anything else?
I think one of the things that we can touch on quickly is that thing of sanitation in Namibia. It has literally gone from worse to worse.
Yeah.
There's no. I think Namibia is ranked number 6. I'm not sure if it's Africa. Worst sanitation. I think 46%. The report that came out 2020 states that 1.1 people defecate literally in the wild. People are using bathroom facilities at the field. There's a bathroom facility, and we know what is the word I'm looking for? We know the dangers of that.
Yeah.
But it's not just health. It is becoming now a thing of safety as well. So now you get the story surrounds like a 15-year-old who lives in DRC, and DRC is one of Namibia's biggest informal settlements, which hosts 20,000 people. It's a lot. And most, if not most of those people actually do not have sanitation. And for a country such as Namibia, when these politicians go out, they campaign will give you toilets.
And they go
just give the people the
that's
toilets.
That's where they target for their campaigns and stuff like that.
Because they know these people need it, and it stops being a thing of like empty promises and whatnot. It's a thing of urgency. We need to be. Namibia is such a small country when we look at the population, and I think our government, whether it is SWAPO, whether it's LPM, whoever you are, government facilities as well as private companies, you guys can make life easier for people.
Because if I like, to me, my logic is that you find a person that stays in a five-bedroom house with a private bathroom in his own main bedroom,
and then another one.
I'm trying to say, then again on the outside flat or another room, there's another bathroom, and so, you can literally jump up from your bed and go to the bathroom. Now somebody has to come out from his house, move in the street, cross the road, go use literally like in Kidmans. That's what's been happening in the informal. People need to cross the B1 road, then they have to go to the into the field to just make use of the bathroom. And now imagine like there are emergency cases.
Yeah.
Running stomach in the like they are busy cooking at night and the stomach and all that. But now you are forced to just rush. Come to us, it's very bad and sad story kids as well. So it's a problem. So people need to attend to those type of stories and make sure that they are assisting men wherever they can, either with because do we know the sad story about it is that they view people that stay in informal settlement as stupid people. Like they can't use the bathroom. We've been fixing this thing for so many times and the things are broken again. But what do you expect if imagine like the embarrassment it gives a person queuing up to go use the bathroom?
And it's 20,000 people, close to 20,000 people.
You can't properly use the bathroom. You know that I need to finish up because somebody else is in the queue that need to come out, and it's just and even your frustration of spooling that thing, whatever that you need to be doing, it's a problem. I'm saying so. It's a matter of I think the more toilets they are, the more better they are going to be used and that to be protected for other people as well. But the government cannot say because we've been fixing this thing for a number of times now, let's just leave it the way that it is because it is very, very, very unacceptable. Okay, so that's where we are.
So before we continue with our crime stories, Diego's is a small shop close to Bangventuk in Kiermansworth that is for all of your DSTV needs. It's from installation to inquiries for payments and all these things. Anytime you need your DSTV needs to be met, as well as they have other small things inside the shop. For example, I know for a fact they sell watches, they sell microphones, they sell a couple of technology devices as well as media devices. They sell fish. So anytime you need one of those things, you can always go visit Diego's. It's next to Bangventuk.
So if you want to do your DSTV payments, all type of stuff, everything is there. By the way, Mr. Brown owns a vessel in Ludres. So if you want fish.
The fish is from there.
Yes.
Okay.
So someone that wants fish, you can go out there, go get fish, that type of stuff, and it's amazing. So Mr. Brown is one of the most generous person I've seen, and the best way we can do that is to support him.
We support local businesses, and that's what we are building our foundation support.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing. The story of the 5 robbers, has been circulating. Literally, it has taken the nation by a storm. I would say. It states that previously combined, these guys have been previously arrested, but they have a combination of 24 criminal cases. The cases vary from armed robbery to house breaking and theft. They go to attempted murder, the possession of firearms and ammunition without license. It's just, it has been going crazy. And now, as a nation, we are on, not me, but other people are on this side and that side because of the balances now. A lot of people are blaming the government, but not the government, the police officers, because they are reasoning, why did the police not inform the Ogaija police when they were in pursuit of these young men? And, I do agree to a certain extent, but like they were saying, they said that one of the people in Ogaija actually heard, he's called a witness now, heard gunshots that sounded like AK-47 being shot, and the police officers have actually not come out with a report yet, as of yet. But when you look at these statistics, especially when it states that 24 counts, of criminal cases, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it has been a recurring thing where they would drop, allegedly they would rob these people. And a lot of people were siding with the police because not only is it in Namibia, we love to blame the government for everything. We love to blame the government, but look at the lives these young men have actually, what is the word? Affected as well with their illegal dealings and all these things. And one of the things that kind of stood out for me was that although at the end of the day, they are human beings, and there's a saying that says, the way you live, you shall die, unfortunately. And one of these funerals of one of these guys, these robbers, was like a celebrity. They call it a celebrity funeral. And it was jam-packed. The guy arrived with a limousine and they call it butterfly limousine.
The funeral parlor. It's amazing, man. I saw that video. Maybe we'll put it up as well, just to show how. But it looked very incredible. It was very jam-packed. It was a fancy thing and stuff like that. But it seems like I think there are two sides. Two sides of the story. And people, they are leaning, and the nation as well is also divided. Some people, they are against the police. Some people are for the police, and some people are for the guys that got killed. But the thing is that there's a story that emanated from Swako, a 57-year-old man. Between 11 and 2, the guy got robbed at his house. He withdrew a couple of money. He was going home. These guys caught him. They robbed him, took the money. They were busy fighting, and they ran off. And they abandoned the car. I think the guy bumped into them, and was chasing, bumped into them, and they took off the rim. But later on, they took off the registration plates from the car, left the car stranded, and they took off. And now they're saying in cases where this type of things are busy happening, you obviously you find the police are going to be in positions where they're going to be shooting and killing. Because the other thing is what they said, in the car they found guns, they found knives, they found all type of stuff. I don't know if it's many guns, but but I'm very much cautious to say this story before these guys come to Kidman and say, where is that guy that was talking better about us?
But the other thing also in that line, I think, is there was a woman, I think the story emanates out of Kidman's one. But this woman stabbed a stranger to death that she found in her house. The guy was literally in her house. And she stabbed him twice, I think, close to the ribs, And now she has been arrested. Now, one of the things is that for us it's very irritating to hear that she was arrested because we look at the danger that he could have caused her. But at the end of the day, these are also people, and I feel like the unemployment there sometimes leads people to do crazy things. But it also needs to bring us to a point where we start to be accountable. Do not go into people's houses. Do not steal. These are actually people with...
Sorry to cut you short. It's like, what was funny about the story, based on what was reported, I think in the Informanti or something, this guy was found in the house by this lady, I think around about 1 to 2, somewhere there in the morning, early morning hours. The guy said, yeah, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Why did you take so long to come?
I'm like,
it's like, how do you ask somebody like that, in somebody else's house, And they started wrestling and all that stuff. This woman took out the knife, stabbed the lady, and stabbed the guy twice, and the guy died. And the guy, I think the guy was like 30, 35 or something, the lady was 25. It's like, how do you end up losing your life in a manner like that?
And also now you're also indirectly not only losing your life, you're causing somebody else to go to jail.
What I'm trying to say, and the trauma also of the guy could have raped me or could have killed me, and you already sit with this, and now you are again locked up, waiting to get bail to come out on something that was in self-defense.
And something that actually did happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, as a logical person, is that all the evidence points the guy found himself in the wrong place, the wrong time, died the wrong death, and that is it. We sympathize for the family losing a loved one, but don't put this woman under a severe circumstance again, having to deal with in prison because she's already traumatized and stuff. But they say the justice is all stuff, whereby they are trying to look in terms, because now they are not protecting her right, but they're protecting the right of the guy and stuff like that. So the procedures are, be arrested, the docket being open, pay, and like, how do I pay bail, man? For something. It's so funny now.
I just literally came home. Most probably, I'm thinking she just came home. She just wanted to take a nap.
Do you know what I'm saying? Now it's like my family need to look around for bail money to bail me out over a death.
That happened in my house.
Do you know what I'm saying? I defended myself. How this guy got into my house, I do not know. I again killed the person, and now I need to look for some money to pay. And if I don't stick to the bail application rules, then I get locked up, I lose my bail money over something I did not preempt. Life is very funny.
Also, last week we were talking about witchcraft. This week we are talking about prophets.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with these people and manipulating people, but Japhet Johannes, the 32-year-old self-proclaimed prophet, straight out of room to have been charged with fraud, money laundering, and false pretenses.
This thing, man, these Bushiri guys, the Uber angels and stuff like that. These people, man, the life they portray, man, is a very blessed life, a very self-sustaining life. They pull out with cars, because when I read that story, man, I immediately went to go check out the guy on Facebook, and immediately the guy is wearing Fabiani. The guy is is flying in planes.
His hair is cut properly.
You know what I'm saying? You look at the guy's church. The guy, all of the chairs, the chair covers have the chairs have chair covers. The guy is living.
And it's white.
Yeah, and you begin to realize that they really, and now they show people this fancy type of a life. And they say, okay, if you want to live the life that I'm living, we have this type of business, give this type of amount of money, type of stuff. And later on, people, literally Bushiri, when he was in SA, he started a forex company in church and was busy encouraging people to invest money. People sold their houses, took their pension, pumped in the money. That case is not yet finished in SA. So it's those type of stuff. And these prophetic guys out of Namibia now, things are coming. So please, people,
be cautious, man.
Be cautious before the guy just fool you around with funny speaking in tongues and quote some scriptures out of the Bible. Some people they say that a wolf can look like a lamb, but what distinguishes the lamb from the wolf is his footsteps. So how the person lived their life. Today I was trying to check these little details. I saw the guy going into a plane with a lady. I was wondering, is he married? Then I checked another video, I saw a ring, and also probably the guy is married, but you begin to realize that there are all these underlying stuff that one can watch and begin to realize, is the guy authentic or not? And the guy goes by the name of the Oracle of God. To me the thing is that, the one thing that throws me out with prophetic guys is that the confidence they have in themselves. Oh, it's just so amazing. I think we need to credit them, because also it's like you can't pull off something like that if you don't have confidence in yourself. It's like I'm the oracle. The oracle has spoken and all type of stuff. I saw there was like a video whereby they were in this mountain, they were busy praying and all type of stuff. So the guy was busy saying, this coming Sunday we're going to be selling or giving out anointing oil, and people need to make sure you come, blah, blah, blah. and he tell the camera guy to record the people that have been singing, but it's like the singing and stuff were off, and the guy said, "Is the oracle busy recording you now? Now you need to sing." You know, it's like the guy doesn't even use his own name. You know, he used that oracle name. It's like Mr. Bubushi. Like Bushiri, by the way, is not even his own name.
I know.
It's like, and now you find the guy add again on Bushiri, which is not his name, and he puts the name Major One. It's like the overconfidence in this matters, man. It's just so amazing. But that's where we are out of Rundu. I think not many staffers came out of Rundu, but this time around, man, Rundu, they have their own Profovo, you know, that is out from Rundu, you know, out from Rundu, man. So it's amazing. But people are busy asking. Well, like I saw a comment the husband say, "I'm gonna be going to church this Sunday to see his follower. Where are the followers now and stuff like that."
But the problem with that is that they will show up.
Yeah.
The followers will show up.
Okay, I didn't want to mention this, but this is Jackson Barbie was also one of the prophets. I think the guy was staying in Vindu, was down there in the north or something. This guy was arrested for rhino horns. And what's amazing about the story is that people went to go pouch, and they came, the things were literally found in his house, and the guy is simply saying he's not part of the story. But then how do you allow people to bring the horns?
In your house.
Something that is as illegal as that. And on top of that, you are the man of God.
And you know Portuguese.
I think the guy is still behind bars, still praying his way through to get his thing. I don't think the guy's gonna get anything.
Okay, in other news, straight out of the Kalas region, we have a 26-year-old that was caught in the area of slave water with metrics worth of 120,000 Namibian dollars. It says that this person was found with this, we don't have a name, the person was found with 1,004, I think it's 1,004 metrics tablets.
My goodness, man. And these guys are becoming very much sneaky in terms of bringing this thing into the country. Like this one, they got them in the big box, right?
Yeah.
The guy hid the stuff there. It was something that you least expect.
Yeah, but then it's also like the one thing that you least expected, we will check.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But now the funny part about the whole thing is that the guy was walking on foot. Then the police got him. Because I mean, for me, I think that's number one, already a suspicion to say you're coming from the border.
I think it was a tip off as well.
Yeah, you're coming from the border and you're on foot, and you need something about you is already suspicious. They checked and they found these things. But people say drugs is very lucrative, so people make a lot of money, and every young person now, I mean, the guy is 26, so he's not even 30 yet, the guy's really into drugs and stuff like that. But
one of the stories that it's not for him, but one of the things that when I was working in Marine Town, there's a small place like a Swardam. There used to be an elderly lady who used to, sell drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what you do is that you put it in the kids' nappies, and like all of those things, and police officers cannot search a female, right?
Yeah.
So she would like literally undress herself, and the guy said no other choice but to go back, and then she like put it. It used to be a big thing, especially in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, because you begin to find, because these guys now they're thinking in terms of how what must we do to tighten up our securities and stuff. Like one guy was telling me they throw it, they put it where the trash is. They like wrecking the house. They have a place where they are throwing this dead and stuff like that. They just hide it till the guy come, take the drugs. Then he goes, leave the money, they come pick up. But drugs is becoming a problem.
And now they're also using kids, like school kids, which to me is stop doing that. That's not okay.
I think all drug users they are hungry for the government to legalize it like an essay.
I don't think we should do that at all. I'm against that, not only because of the damage that drugs brings, but also look, people are talking about the tax, they will pay tax, it's also medicinal and all these things, but let's look at the crime rate as well. With drugs, there comes a lot of crime.
That's the thing.
And people are like, drugs do not hurt the other person, but it does.
Yeah. So it begins to become a problem. Okay, let's go over to
international news.
Sports.
Yeah. Sports. I'm not a big fan of men's swimming. I'm not.
I don't think Man City is the happening thing for the moment. People that are floppers, before you go into the story. It's like they are just waiting for the team that does well. They go over the top. Then they start going, they go to the marketplace, buy these t-shirts and say, I'm Man City! But the whole time when the league started,
they were Chelsea.
I had Geraldine also want to become Man City now. I was moving from Chelsea.
Even Chelsea's not even involved. I think currently, like, I'm at that point where I'm like, I really am rooting for Arsenal.
Yeah.
For my own person, like, you know, I'm not even a Messi fan, but I was hating Messi the whole of the World Cup, and now I'm like, I really do.
That's what I think. I don't know how far that thing when they're saying Arsenal is lobbying to buy Messi and stuff like that.
I don't think they won't.
They won't afford to buy him.
I don't think so. And I don't think he wants to go to Arsenal as well. I think maybe if he's going to go to another team, it will be back to Barcelona.
Yeah.
But Haaland, the 22-year-old, is literally with 5 games still outstanding.
Reached the peak.
He's been named the highest scorer for the season.
How many goals?
35 goals. I think the guy was scoring, what are these things? Hendricks. And it also stated that he actually scored in all of the games that he played, although he did not play in all of the games. Yeah. Which was interesting. I was like, really?
And I think the guy is a beast to a certain extent.
Karim Benzema and him, they are like competing for that. So, The other news also is that our beloved Messi, to other people, has been suspended for 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah.
Not playing. And it's so amazing that when you sign for a team, it's sort of like you're literally owned.
You are.
So you're owned. You can't do whatsoever that you want.
You want to do.
It's crazy.
But it makes me wonder sometimes that people love Messi. They love him to the extent where Messi can do no wrong. It's like, it's Messi.
Yeah.
If Messi doesn't want to play, Messi shouldn't play.
Yeah.
But it's like, they are actually kind of rules.
So why did the guy travel to the AU?
The guy traveled to the UAE because there were no training sessions that were booked. So he was like, oh, I'm off, I can go and come back. Whilst he was on the way there, they were like, yeah, we have a training session, why didn't you come back? And he was like, I'm also thinking, I don't think it is, I think maybe it's his first time that he did not pitch up for why are they making it such a big deal. But then we don't.
But I think also is the fact that since it's one of the best players of the world, that if he can go out with something like that, sort of like it sets the motion for the other players to do the same thing. Messi went and he did not do.
I think it was a day that he went, but it's gone for like a day and a half.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, in African news with out of SA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the coming of Putin is what? Confirmed.
It's very highly, what is the word? We are all scared. I'm personally very scared. Because the thing is, there is an arrest warrant for this president, and he literally. And the thing that fascinates me is that Putin is currently in Russia, most probably at his house. Why can't they just go arrest him there?
So we have ICC and we have issued that one of the arrests. Please put them with your hands up and heads behind the wall, come out and be arrested and stuff. But now they are putting our poor South Africa.
Those words from South Africa.
Like giving it, it's like somebody telling you to catch the lion by the tail. It's like you already know I'm causing problems.
But my thing is the I don't want to call it the arrogance, but the pride in South African politicians, like Julius Malema is always proud with anything. It's like they will not arrest Putin in. As everybody is like, you cannot come and arrest Putin because this is for something else. But now it's also a situation where it's like this.
For me, it's crazy. Why issue the warrant of arrest to his own government officials? Not to give it to assign another and top of that, an African country. We don't have the best army, no best, everything is not the best. If Putin decide nuclear war on that time in South Africa, they even affect Namibia.
South Africa should literally here.
Yeah. So and us in Caymans were even a little bit much more closer.
Guys, but I think like if Putin comes to
but you know what? I think Putin realized that most of these people, especially Joe Biden, being in power, you know, they are not serious. So he just said, I'm going to do whatever I want to prove to the world that the States is not the superpower anymore. We can do it. I mean, they started threatening him, sanctions. What are sanctions?
Sanctions for what? The guy literally has everything in his country.
Yeah. So the guy will just say, if you guys are misbehaving, we are stopped supplying oil. Then you guys are gonna be in big problems.
Boom.
Oh,
but like even me, I'm anticipating him actually showing up to the BRICS conference for the summit because not only do I want to see whether he will show up or if he does show up, I want to see what the other world powers will do. Because you cannot go to the guy's country and arrest him now. You are like literally leveraging him to an African country. And you are leveraging him to the West African country. These people have no children.
It's like somebody having to say, you are taking a 12-year-old guy and put him in the ring with a rock.
Yeah.
And say, go slap him.
Go slap him down.
Yeah, I was how do you do something like that? It's like that guy need to form up a lot of courage, you know. I might just go there and just say, oh, you know what?
You are my hero.
You are my hero. There's no way I can do that. You know what? Let's actually form forces and fight the ICC because there's no way that you can do something like that.
As much as I think for them it's the idea that South Africa is going to be like a common ground, but it's also in South Africa. Like, SA has no show when it comes to things that we expect.
That's why now South Africa is in between. We pull out from the ICC to stay. We pull out to stay. We pull out to stay. And you might even see if the fires gets too much, they might pull out right before Putin comes.
Yeah, and the other thing also about SA is that in Russia is that the same with Namibia.
Yeah.
Russia has been supporting us, especially when it comes to our freedom, fighting for freedom thing. So obviously, it also puts like the Southern African parts of the world like in a situation where I don't think it's
we literally forget what he's done for us.
Exactly, because my thing is also what does America have if we arrest
and America, by the way, is not part of the ICC thing. You know, it's so funny that they are one of the superpowers, but they want to be independent, do whatever they want. Nobody issues them a one And now it's like if Putin finds himself in the States, they will not oblige the States to arrest the guy because it's not part of the ICC. But now because SA is part of the ICC, now they are telling him to do that.
But I don't think SA will do it. So we're just
for the sake of peace.
Please don't.
Don't even attempt.
Let it go. I don't know. He was saying something like, it's not our obligation to do that. But you're part of the thing.
I think they'll just brush off the whole story and so forth and so on, and just neglect the whole thing. But that's when we are busy finding ourselves. And I think we've come to the end.
Also, the other thing, the last thing is that SA literally has issued new banknotes as well as coins. So South Africa now will have new money because the Reserve Bank major lady was talking on it, and they said that people have been, because of a lot of fraud and stuff like that, they are trying to minimize, the use of people faking money. So now every 10th year, I think they will.
Maybe they might. I would love to see the new ones.
I also want to see the new ones.
Maybe they are like us with the 3 presidents.
They were also talking about it like that because now they want the banknotes to last longer as well. So I think they might actually take that initiative
to make plastic money. The only way you can destroy it is by putting it in the fire. So they need to make it fireproof.
There's nothing very wrong about those things at this point. Yeah, guys.
We are on our road to 500 subscribers, and we are currently on 390. That's why I was checking my phone.
Oh, come on, on, guys. Come on, guys.
So we are on the road to 500. So if you are watching and didn't subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe. So we're going to be bringing you live, exciting content like this one. And we are very much glad. So Fandimoy is the sponsor of
this episode.
Very good. So we're looking forward in working aside with other entrepreneurs and advertising them. But as for now, we are out.